Hello and welcome back to the channel finally. It's been emotional and I just want to welcome everybody back to the channel. Thank you to all the subscribers, and if you are new, welcome on board here at Wendy's Pet Salon. It's been a while. And I want to say thank you to those that have sent well wishes and everything. It's been much appreciated. So I have already pre-recorded the next clip, and then once you've watched the next clip, I'm going to come on the end and explain a little bit more. But briefly, I've been off with a hand injury. And as anybody that works with their hands and is self-employed knows, you can't use your hands, you can't work. Or obviously, if you work with your hands, generally we do. Yeah, so basically, in a little bit of a small clip it to put you in the picture, I moved a couch. And I got my hand trapped between the door frame and the couch. But it wasn't a massive bang. It wasn't like I'd really rammed it, trapped it or anything like that. It was just a little knock. And when I pulled my hand away, I just rubbed it. You know, it wasn't like, you know, I thought if I'd have broken it, I'd have known about it straight away. It was just a slight little bit of a knock. Anyway, I was fine, and then the next day I came to work, which was the 10th of January, and it was still snowing, and one of my clients actually has had an eye operation. She doesn't live far, so I went and picked up the little dog, fine, came back, groomed her. My hand was sort of a bit, something happening with it, but not too bad. I groomed her and then I walked her all the way back because it would have been far too slippy for a mum to walk in this with an eye injury. There's a little bit of a slope as well. So I took little Misty Moo home and I came back and I got lovely Kobe, which is a little Maltese that I groom. And literally as he came, I got him in the bath. And I was finding it really difficult to wash his face. My hand wasn't working. And it was sore and a little bit numb. It was a bit weird, really. Coming a little bit painful. Anyway, I managed to bath him. And it was just going worse and worse and worse and worse. And then it just seized up. And it said, no, you're not using it anymore. And from then, it just started swelling. I managed to trim a tiny little bit off his fringe and a tiny little bit off his feet. He comes regular, so luckily his nails were all nice and short. And I just had to send him home. And it just kept going on and on and on, this swelling. I even got snow out of the garden and put my hand in a load of snow just to try and alleviate the swelling. But the pain was absolutely horrendous. It was the kind of pain that makes you that knocks you sick a little bit. But I'll explain a little bit more about the hand injury after the video, because it did start off quite well over Christmas. We had a lovely Christmas and I hope you all had a lovely festive break, whatever you do. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful time over that period, over that date, you know what I mean. We had a lovely Christmas. We had a family round. In the run-up to coming back to work, we decorated all the way through, so you'll see that on the video. You know that we had a lovely Christmas. We decorated. Just after Christmas, I lost my little dog Larry, my little toy poodle. he just went downhill rapidly. I mean, he has been going downhill with his age, he was losing his sight, and he wasn't as mobile and things like that. I'd actually got him booked in with the vets to be seen to have his teeth done, because when he was a puppy, all his baby teeth didn't come out, so I had to have an operation to have them all removed. And what he had was fine. It did him, and it got us through all the showing times and things like that, but then they just started all falling out. He didn't have very many, and what he did have, because of the shape of them, it was very easy for plaque to build up. So I thought, I wanted him to be comfortable, and when he's getting his older age, obviously having decent teeth does help with longevity. This is why I offer the teeth cleaning here, because if you can start with a regular routine of it, then it helps for the longevity of your dog, because you don't want all them toxins and stuff going into the system. So, but Larry got to the point where the toothpaste and toothbrush wasn't really helping. He needed intervention. And then he just went down really rapid. By the time I actually took him for his appointment, he was in heart failure, and I just couldn't believe it. The night before, he was having trouble getting up the step, and it's hard to come to terms, when you just, they just get old, and then you don't realise it, and yeah, so it was just such a shock. I was heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken, to be fair, and I still am really. But I just keep imagining him knocking about in the house, and sometimes I've had to hide the other bowl, because whenever it was doing the dinners, I was putting an extra bowl out, so I've actually moved that bowl out of the way. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a soul-destroying start to the year. What started off well, decorating, fantastic time, then losing Larry, and then losing the use of my hand. So just been a little bit like a roller coaster, really. But I'll explain a little bit more about my hand, because it's still not fully working. So if you watch the video now, when I get to the end of the video, I will explain a little bit about what's happened to my hand, because obviously if you're a groomer and things like this could possibly happen to you. So then I can tell you my journey, and it's going to be a long journey, and you wouldn't think that a small hand finger injury would cause so much heartache. I can't tell you. My husband is actually sick of looking at my hand, and in the meantime, over all of this, he's also had an operation on his arm. So we've been a right pair together, yeah. So I have bought some brushes, which I will go through after what I've bought, because I can't make a full fist. I can't close my hand properly, and some of the brushes, they're quite slim on there, so I can't get my hand around them properly. So I've actually bought some wider handle brushes so that I can get my hand around comfortably. So I've had to do all these adaptations. That's a big word for me. And I was so looking forward to getting into the salon. I've had all these new, I've had a change around, because obviously a lot of my dogs that I groom are getting older. I've got a yoga mat, anti-fatigue mat on my table. I have got one on my drying table. I've got one in my bath. They're all Artero mats, sort of to help with the anti-fatigue and things like that. And also I've bought a ramp. I'll just put a picture on here. It's a cushioned ramp which I use for my little dogs. Well, I actually bought for dual purpose. So I'm going to have it full time in my house for my dogs to come up to the couch. We've just had a couch, and it's a bit high, and they get to the point where, you know, their eyes are failing a little bit and they can't get up and down the couch to come and sit with us. Or they do like to just chill out on the couch. So if we're not there, it's easy for them to go up there. And they're just about getting used to it. But it's about 60 centimetres and it fits perfectly along the floor there. Because some of my bigger dogs are struggling to get into the bath and I'm struggling to lift them. So just having that little bit of support there. Anyway, I tried my Jen. I've just slipped it on a little slip lead because that's what I would do if there were dogs here. Slipped it and he walked no problem, and it really helped him get into the bath. And he's only a medium dog, so I'm sure that it's really going to help my older, larger dogs. And because it's wide, they're not going to try and get either side of it as well to try and get round of it. It fits in sort of a place perfect, really, and it's the end of it is by the table, so the table supports it from moving, so it sits in quite well there. So yeah, it's been a bit of an emotional thing, so I'll let you watch the next video, which will take you over Christmas. I started the Help for Heroes. I raised £60 and some of my customers helped raise those funds. I was meant to do a challenge. It was my sit-ups and sort of 3 miles a day, whether walking or running or whatever, and I was doing really, really well. And as you can see, you'll see in the video, because this is the video that you weren't going to see, which I've already pre-done. Yeah, so I obviously didn't complete it because I ended up in hospital for over a week. So terrible. I don't recommend hospital. So watch the video. Christmas, over New Year, obviously I've done a little bit of a tribute to my lovely little Larry. I've just had his ashes back. I put them up there, and they took a little bit of his hair and a footprint, and I've got that safe in my front room there. Yeah, so watch the video and I'll come back after and I'll tell you a little bit about my hand situation and the brushes and things that I've bought to help me continue to do my job a little bit easier while I get back into it. I've just got a short day today. I've got 3 dogs I've had to space out, and then I've got Tuesday off, so I can see how my hand reacts today, and then I've got a full week and the weekend. So I'm just going to take it as it comes. I may have to adjust sometimes just to give myself some time to extra, so I'm not rushing with my hand, but I shall explain. Enjoy the video and I'll see you at the end, and I hope you're all very well, and I'll see you at the end. So hello and welcome back everybody. Hello to all the subscribers, and if you are new with us, welcome on board, or if you are just a returning person and you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing, because there's so many people that watch but are not subscribed. It costs you nothing, and it would be wonderful if you could jump on board with us. It makes the channel grow and we can do more things and like that, really. So this is a short video. Everything really on this video today is pre-recorded, and I haven't got my mic on, so please turn the volume up. It is today the 6th of January, my first day back, And I've got lovely Harley Bichon with me, who's hiding. Harley! I think he's very cold as well. Here he is. It's lovely Harley. So, yeah, it's a short video, and most of everything today is literally just going over what we've done at Christmas. We decorated the salon, and there'll be some clips in there, some clips of my challenge that I've done, and I did a little video of the changes. Now, this year I have got more older dogs in mind with the salon, so I've got some things on order and I've changed some things around to make it more comfortable for the older dogs. And because I'm working alone, I want to make sure that they're comfortable and we're not going to have accidents, and I'm not going to have accidents. So I've swapped my sorry about my teeth, I've put them back in this year because I felt like they were moving, so I've left them in. And plastic things, my guards. So this table goes all the way to the floor, so that the dogs can walk on. What I have ordered is a step for the back here, so that they can literally go up a little ramp. So it's easier to come up and down. I never put them on the other table here, and the table that was here that I've swapped, it goes down but not all the way down, so I've still got to put the legs on, and so this one is much easier. I've also got yoga mats. I've got a yoga mat on the bath table there for my smaller dogs. I've got 2 more mats coming. I've got one for this table, and I've got one for inside the bath, so it makes it more comfortable when they're standing in the bath. And yeah, so you'll have to excuse me. I probably won't start my videos until next week. Sadly, I lost my little dog on Friday, and so it feels a little bit raw, and back in the salon and doing other people's dogs and things. I've been taking mine out and stuff, and the challenge, the running challenge, well, I haven't been doing more walking, if I'm honest, has been taking my mind off it. Sadly, he went downhill over Christmas. I was booked in to have his teeth looked at, because he's always had a problem with his teeth. When he was a baby, he had all his baby teeth taken out, and I still went on to show him. He's just one of those dogs that likes to be with you all the time, and he will cry, and you know, when he went blind a little bit, he used to cry to get on the couch all the time. So you have to continually lift him up, and then when you lift him up, he wanted to go down if you moved. So, but he was a lovely dog, and really tough. Held his own for a little toy poodle. You know, he didn't take any messing from any other dogs, but he was always, you know, good with other dogs. He loved my little Bichon, Callie. He used to lick her face all the time, and you know, I think she is missing him. She's looked round for him and things. So I'm trying to get out a little bit more with them, but I've got to be careful because they are getting old, and Jen, my miniature poodle, his legs aren't the best. So and over Christmas we had to take him to the emergency vets, because he must have pulled a muscle somewhere or got a trapped nerve, because he cried and cried and cried. So yeah, it's been over Christmas, it's been a bit upsetting with the dogs, with my dogs, but they're getting on a bit now, and you don't realise they sort of get old in front of your eyes, and one minute you're running around with them and the next minute you've got to be really cautious with them, and you know, all these medical problems spring up, and you know, Larry had gone blind very quickly, and he developed these lumps as well. That there was one to start with. 2 weeks later, when I bathed him, they were all over him, and that was literally, they came up in a month. They just whoosh, straight up. That was over November time, October, November. Obviously the blindness as well, I think, was debilitating him, and then just suddenly went rapid. And when I went to the vets, she sadly said he had heart failure, and he was literally, you know, leaving us. So yeah, it's been a bit traumatic, you know. So yeah, it's been very tough over the last few days. But I hope you do enjoy this video. Please do continue watching. I'm going to put some clips as well of Larry, and some pictures of him, because I used to show him. And even though he had all those baby teeth out, what he did have, he managed to scrape through, and then they all started falling out and everything. And he had a floating rib as well. Some judges touched him and thought he had a damaged rib, and then some other, you know, realised, you know, it was just one of those things. Sometimes it happens. I groom a few dogs that have got these floating ribs, and it's just a bit of a weird shaped rib. So please do continue watching the video, and you'll see what we've done over Christmas, and decorating the salon, and the lovely clips of Larry. And next week I will look to doing a detangle video, and hopefully by that time all my mats will have arrived, and we can have a look properly at how the salon looks. I've had a little bit of a change around, trying to give myself a little bit more space, because it does get a little bit cramped in here. So yeah, with the older dogs in mind this year, because all my large ones, you know, are coming in, they're XL dogs, they're coming into, you know, ripe old age, and I want to make sure that they're comfortable. And the little dogs that are getting older, you know, the yoga mats and stuff are sort of, they're anti-fatigue, and when they're standing, I try and only keep them here for a short period of time. I don't like them here long periods. They'll, you know, they have their hour and a half, 2 hours slot. Please do continue to watch the video to the end, and you can see what we've been doing, and I will catch up with you next week. Bye for now. So this was the start of Christmas, and these are the lovely candles and things that the customers got me at Christmas. I was really appreciative of, and I started with a little bit of a warm-up walk before I started my Heroes challenge, and we decided to have I've got my boots on, a lovely walk around our local area, which was lovely. It was very, very misty, and we walked all the way up to the Cloud. We obviously passed the canal on the way, and it was rather mucky. There's the lovely canal near where we live. And then we take off over this large empty ground,
Just found a little.
And
The tiniest
the
waterfall in the world.
smallest waterfall in the world.
Do you think it was steps at some point? Oh, it's lovely here. There's a jog in there.
Oh.
Enjoying that. Dirty path all the way up there. Absolutely beautiful. See how the light hits. You can see how clear it is. We've just come out the mist. You see where the mist starts there. And then it stops right there. How clear it is. So clear. And then you go back to mist again. Beautiful. It's like a sea. You can't see anything. Covered.
Everybody wants to phone and then you speak when you okay, let's go. I can have a picture if you want.
And here we are on top of the cloud, and it looks like we're on top of the world.
Still, oh crumbs. Still eating. Oh. You still eating? Hello. Back to the smallest waterfall in the world. It's lovely, isn't it?
And this is where my Help for Heroes challenge started, and I was doing really well with that. I did raise £60, and I was really enjoying it. So we managed to clean up all the water and we've hoovered all the walls. I washed these yesterday. I washed them all down. So when we paint, it can go on easier. Oh, gate banging. All my plants are safe in there.
You don't like them?
So welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little video there, and just to let you know that I don't have a mic situation on, so please turn the volume up. I do have it is connected to my little mic stand that I've got. It's just a little mic stand, and I have got some mics on charge, so hopefully my next video I should be all speakered up and you'll be able to hear me much better. So yes, obviously been emotional. I've had my hand done. So basically through the knock that I had, my hand reacted really badly. I got what's called an infection in my flexor sheath, which is the sheath that runs through your finger. And when infection builds up into there, it gets very swollen and it can be very serious. So obviously that gets into your bloodstream, not ideal. When I did actually, it was days, maybe 5 days. This is something that should be really done a bit quicker than it was really. I just kept getting passed from pillar to post. I won't go on about the NHS because there was a lot of people that were really, really good. There was just some that weren't, that sort of delayed everything. There's a few consultants that delayed everything, and I had to sort of stamp my feet a little bit and say, look, you know, this is my livelihood and I need to get my hand working. And I feel actually that maybe if they'd done it sooner, I maybe wouldn't have had so much scar tissue built up in my hand. So, and that's where I'm at the moment, because they had to do the operation. If you don't like gore and stuff, I'm not going to show you any pictures because that just they would take me off YouTube. But I'll just explain what they do. So they sort of cut into the top of your finger there, they've cut me here and they flush it out. You know, they actually didn't find any infection in there, but there was infection through my bloods, because I've got this app now that sends me all my test results, so it was clearly showing that there was something going on in my body, namely my hand, that was causing me issues. So obviously not only have I got an infection in my hand, and swelling, major swelling, I look like sausage hand, and yeah, then I got the added bonus of the cuts in my hand, which obviously needed time to heal. So all in all, it's been a good month. It's the 10th of February today. I went off on the 10th of January. So yeah, I've been off all that time. My customers have been so patient. A few of my groomer friends have been so supportive and have helped me by doing some of my customers as a one-off trim. Some have left all together, which I'm absolutely heartbroken about. But it's people's prerogative where they take their dog, and you know, it's fine, you know what I mean. I just find it difficult. I find it difficult because I get so attached to the dogs, and then you're not going to see them, and you might have seen them for years, so they're like your own dogs, if you know what I mean. They're just being borrowed by other people until they bring you back for haircuts. So yeah, so at the moment I've been through stages. So at first I had some obviously had to wait for the swelling and the cuts to heal. I've had to do finger exercises, and now I'm on where they've given me a pressure garment because my hand is still swollen. You wouldn't believe it, would you? A month into it and I'm still having issues. So, and it takes time because of the infection. It's built up all scar tissue down my finger. I mean, this is the culprit, and you can see even through the pressure garment, how swollen it is. I won't show you it in the barefoot light of day because it's not very nice, but everything's healing. It's just my hands is nice there. It's sort of all mottly and a bit weird. Can't really explain it, but I can't, if I do, this is what I'm getting at the moment. I can push it down, but it's uncomfortable. So, not my face. And I've also got like there's a little black mark there, which I don't know why that's come off. I've still got my Christmas nails on, you know. I've had to sand them down with my Oster sander for dog nails. So, but they'll just have to be as they are. So I'm just waiting for my first client now. But yeah, so I've got to literally wear this pressure garment. I've got to massage it as much as I can. I've got finger exercises to do. The only problem that I'm finding when I do too much with it, it just starts swelling and it's really painful. So I have to keep on top of painkillers. Without painkillers, my hand is really sore. So it's like constant toothache in your hand. It's awful. But as long as I keep on top of the painkillers, and I have to have the ibuprofen and paracetamol, you know, like every 4 hours throughout the day, just to keep, you know. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, because I've had that break from the painkillers, my hand takes a while to get going because it's sore and a little bit swollen. But I wear this overnight as well. And I've got to try and elevate it as much as I can. But it is quite difficult to do that when you're doing your daily things. So yeah, so that's where I'm at the moment. But I was finding, I tried my little dogs. I've done 2 of my little dogs. One I clipped off, well, both of them I've clipped off. And my little Bichon, I've just tried to give her a little round head. She looks a bit odd, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this stage. But I bought some brushes to help, and I did try them on my own dogs. They're really, really good. So this one, the wall one, it's a small one, but you see how it's got a good, and I can hold it a lot better. The thinner ones, I have to really close my hand, and because I can't close my hand at the moment, this one is ideal. And it's a lovely little brush. It's a wall brush, and it's lovely, and the teeth are nice and soft. My first customer's come, so I shall see you in a moment. See you in a moment. There we go. I just had a really good chat with my customer for about half an hour. Good job yeah, so I just had a chat with my customer for about half an hour. It's a good job I've stretched everybody out today. Yeah, so I've got lovely Ruby. Yes, I've been doing her for many years. I have done little bits of video, I think, on her previously, so I've just been explaining obviously about how my hand is, and obviously because of all the scar tissue that it's going to be a long process. But yeah, so I was telling you about these brushes that I bought. I'm going to take that back out of there. So I've got a nice little one, so I like little ones for, excuse me, I was wanting a little one anyway. But that's a nice one. This is lovely. Should I take that off? Let's see. Oh, that's almost like. Can you see? Gel. Oh, it's like molds to your hand and it moves. Oh, I like that. So that's going to be easier for me to hold. And I've also got some ones for the bath, but I've got this one as well. Apparently this one's called Fur Magic, and it's a self-cleaning grooming brush, but I liked that it got a nice wide handle. And what I also like is that it comes with a comb as well, is this lovely wide handle, and obviously the teeth. And what I also like is that, I tried it on my dog yesterday, is the little round bulbous ends, because I have got a similar brush, but it's quite spiky and a bit harsh, whereas this isn't at all. This is quite forgiving, and I like the fact that it's got bulbous ends, because it makes it more like a rake as well. So then obviously you can follow up with a nice handled brush, but comb, a handled comb, and then you've got your short teeth and your long teeth. So once you've gone with your brush and you feel that your brush is, you know, got through and there's no knots, then you check it with your long tooth comb with your wide teeth. If the wide teeth go through okay, you can then do your short teeth, and then you know you've cracked it and there's no knots and you cracked it. So that's that. I think they do other things. They do lots of different things, you know, hair catchers, magic rollers, all sorts. So I'm going to try those two. So we've got the, maybe move that out of the way. So we've got those two. We've also got a tangle teaser, 2 tangle teasers. I thought that handle was going to be wider. That's great because I can put my whole hand on it. And then that one is quite wide, but as you know, I like to rake through my shampoo. I like to rake through my shampoo because that is like my pre-brushing, if you know what I mean. When I'm doing my prep, I can sometimes pre-clip if I'm not doing pre-clipping and I'm going straight into the bath, but there is a few lugs and knots in there. I rake through my shampoo, which I have done on previous videos, and I will go on a bit more about it in my next videos. We'll go through tangle sprays, like I said I was going to do. I was going to do detangle sprays and stuff, but I do a lot of stuff in the bath, and the reason being is that the hair is wet and a lot more pliable, and you've got the soap that surrounds the knots, which makes it easier for the knot to groom out, because it's covered in a soft slimy coating, so it eases out a lot easier than you brushing with a brush dry on a coat or with a bit of spray. It can split and damage the hair. So being wet and covered in shampoo, you're coating and protecting the hair and removing anything else that shouldn't be there, because it'll be on your brush. That's my theory. So what I'm going to do is let me have a look at your legs. Let's have a look. You see, her legs are a little bit knotted. Not too bad, just bits here and there. She's a bit touchy, aren't you, Roots? You're a bit touchy, and there's some little knots on the top there. But with the tangle teasers and the things in the bath, it'll rake out a lot easier. Won't it? Yes. So now what I'm going to do is, because obviously I can't wash her with this pressure garment in, I'm going to take this off, and what I bought is some silicone things that are really good, and they help support my finger. So I've actually cut the top off that one, and I'm going to put that on, and obviously with it being, I'm still going to get the support when I wash my dog. So she's just coming and gone sleep, really. So, and also because I keep getting hairs down here as well, which I've had an infection at the top of my finger before now, this is going to be great because I can stop any hair getting down the bottom. But I need to get rid of these nails before I do that. So I'm going to zip this off, I'm going to crack on, and I'm going to see you a little bit later. I won't do anything video anything that I'm doing today, but I will come back and show you how I've managed to do her hair today. Let's just show you Ruby. Come here, Rube. Oh. So there she is to start with, and we'll see her when we'll do a little small clip at the end to see how she looks, how I've managed my first dog since I've come back. Oh, so we're gonna let her out for a wee and get myself sorted, and I'll see you in a bit. So just before I trim her, I just thought I'd show you my outcome. I was okay. I couldn't, however, use the silicone things because they give it was awkward, so I had to take that off. So I was able to bath her and dry her without the support, but I've got my support on. Sorry for the hand. So there we go. So I managed to Groomer out. That was the coat that I got out, and I've literally only used these. That's all I used. Brilliant for getting knots out, lovely wide handle. I love this. I really love it. The only thing that I would say is that the silicone grabs onto the hair, onto it. Sorry, just a little interruption. Yeah, so I'm chuffed with these brushes. The comb was a bit more comfortable to hold with this bit on here. So, you know, and I've used, I've had a little bit of shampoo from Buggerlugs. Let me just go get it. So I've used the Maxi White on Ruby, pineapple and passion fruit. Obviously it helps to enhance lighter coloured coats. She has got some white in here, and it you know, gives added shine, and she looks beautiful. You smell like fruity as well. So that's the shampoo that I used on her. So yeah, so pretty much that shampoo. I've used some of the Best Shot spray, which I've showed you before. I might put a picture of it on there so you can see which spray that I've used, just to help with the knots and things like that. Everything else I've broomed out in the bath with the Tangle Teaser, and then afterwards with the heat and the spray and the grooming with these two brushes. And obviously when the brushes go through, then the combs will locate any little knots. You can go back with your brushes. So I'm about to do her trim, put my silicone thing back on, and I'm probably going to do her between a 3 and a 4. Her hair is quite thin on her body, so I don't want to go too short on there because you'll just see more skin. So I'll come back when I've done her haircut. So just quickly, because Mum's turned up, this is Ruby. I haven't done too badly, I don't think. I'll just turn around here. What do you think, baby? There's your mum. There's your mum. Go backwards, go that way. There. Can we see? Are you ready? Are you ready? Come in.